what denotes is if it's going to be a heavier saturation than the original Kenra color, okay? One thing I will tell you is that if you have somebody that has really coarse resistant gray hair and you've utilized the original Kenra color or the current Kenra color with it and it covers, but you're just thinking like, okay, it looks good, but I wish it just covered a little bit more, then your N plus is going to be where you want to go, okay? This N plus is going to give you more saturation in the fact that you're not going to see the light pass through the hair as much, and so you're not going to get that translucency or that shine of the natural highs and lows. It will absolutely give you beautiful, shiny color and really give you a nice, like almost like a monochrome effect where it lets the light bounce off, but it is not going to be translucent coverage. It's going to be more opaque. Biggest difference is if your client is liking their hair and they like to see that translucent kind of more of the highs and lows, almost like virgin hair effect, then your current Kenra color is perfect. If your client is really wanting to see more saturation and make it look like it covered more without seeing the light reflect through, your monochrome is going to be your best choice. One of the analogies that I use, I'll do two different analogies. Kenra color is going to be like a black pair of translucent tights, right? So you're going to put your tights on, it gives you coverage, but you can still see some light reflection through. So it's giving you the coverage, but it's still going to give you more of a natural look, okay? Your monochrome is going to be more of like an opaque black tight where you put it on and all you see is the black tight and there is going to be no leg or no skin showing through. So there's no right or wrong when it comes to choosing which color over the other. It's really simply going to be based on what you're looking for in your overall coverage or saturation. Does that make sense, guys? Christopher, does that help you?
I'm waiting for a response.
Yeah, that was thank you.
Okay, no, you're welcome. I just want to make sure. Okay, and then I think we have one more question, right, Kimberly? I, for some reason, can't see the chat box.
You know, I'll go ahead and monitor it for you. We're good.
Thank you.
This is a really good one. Megan asked, what was the 2-to-1 mixing ratio for? And what did the NUA stand for again, please? And that's
absolutely. Yeah, great. So really great question, Megan. Thank you so much. What is a 2-to-1 mixing ratio for is the first question. So I'm going to address that, but then I'll get into it a little bit more. Your 2-to-1 mixing ratio is actually going to be, the 2-to-1 mixing ratio is going to be something that we really want to keep in mind for our demi-permanent color, but I think what you're referring to is when I spoke about the 2-to-1 in our permanent line. All I was trying to do is get your mind wrapped around the fact, and I'm going to back up a little bit so you guys can see what I'm talking about. All I was trying to do is get your mind wrapped around the fact that when we're choosing the color, this red-brown is really going to be more red than brown. So this would be a 2 parts to red, 1 part of brown in this overall color, okay? And then when it comes to the NUAs, our NUAs are going to stand for Natural Ultra Ash. So it's going to be the coolest gray coverage that you could possibly get in our portfolio. It's also going to be the coolest natural coverage in both permanent and demi-permanent. Does that help you, Megan? I'm going to say yes. If you need to type it out, that's totally fine too. Okay. So I appreciate all the question, guys. This is awesome. And I'm really thanking Kimberly here to monitor those. I apologize again. For some reason, my chat box won't stay up. So let me have her just interrupt me when you guys have questions. That's totally fine.
Yes, and Megan said yes. Sorry. She said she thinks her audio doesn't work. But yes, she said thank you.
Perfect. That's okay. That's perfect. Virtual education, guys, 2020. We're all in this together. So thank you, Megan. Appreciate it. Okay. So 5 easy steps to color formulation. So no matter if you're choosing permanent or you're choosing demi-permanent color, Kenra really prides the fact that we keep everything simple and straightforward. Again, we don't want this to be confusing. We want you guys to love coloring the hair as much as we do, and we also want to make sure that we're simplifying it so that it's really going to be foolproof and you're always getting the result that you're looking for. When it comes to Kenra, the 5 easy steps are going to be showcased here on the screen. But the very first step that we need to decide on is the actual natural level. Oh, you guys are about to see my room here. The actual natural level of hair that we are looking at. So determine exactly where we are starting from and what is the natural level of hair that our client has, okay? So the natural level is going to be something that can be utilized on our level finder. The level finder is going to be found in any one of these swatch books and should be your best friend. On one side, the natural level finder is going to be something that we can really pair up and see exactly what their natural level is. And on the other side is going to be the underlining pigment that is shown as we're lifting 2 levels of more. So the very first step when it comes to formulating for Kenra color is going to be determining the natural level of hair. So where are we starting from and where can we go from there? The second is going to be in the consultation when we talk to our client and decide what their actual desired level and desired tone is. So if they're a natural level 4, where are they wanting to go? Do they want to be a 10, a level 10 platinum, or are they going to want to be maybe on a level 4 but with our red families? Okay, so once we've decided where we're starting from and where they're wanting to go, we're then going to decide if we are lifting, depositing, or just doing a tonal change. So our 3 is always going to be representing the percentage of developer or volume we're choosing in our formula. So are we utilizing permanent? Are we utilizing semi-permanent? And which developer should be used? 4 and 5 are not something that are always going to be taken into consideration. They always are going to be taken in consideration, but they're not always something that we're going to utilize when formulating, right? Because 4 is going to be identifying the percentage of gray. If your client has no gray, then we don't have to worry about it. So you can simply just formulate based off of the starting level. If our client is depositing and not lifting, then we don't have to worry about the underlining pigment. So you guys know the underlining pigment is when you are lifting 2 levels or more. So if we are only depositing and we're not lightening our client, then we don't need to worry about any of that underlining pigment. Okay, perfect. As we're moving through, I'm going to talk about blonding cream. So this is absolutely one of my favorite products that we have in the portfolio. Blonding cream is going to be something that is found in our permanent color. So blonding cream will still be found in the silver boxes, and we will still be utilizing with our silver developer. Blonding cream is going to be something that can be utilized all by itself to give you more of a slight shift or lift on the hair, or blonding cream can be something that can be added into an already existing formula. So basically what blonding cream is blonding cream is going to be a permanent color that lifts permanent color. So don't think I lied to you, right? This is something that separates everything in Kenra. Blonding cream is a permanent color that helps to eat away at the oxidative molecules in permanent color to help you get more of a soft, subtle, brighter, and warmer lift. So if you are working with somebody that maybe is a level 1 and they've had color on top of their hair and they want to eventually start to be blonde, your blonding cream is going to be a really gentle choice to start that removing or lifting process. When you are utilizing blonding cream, please know that the volume of developer chosen is going to dictate how many lifts you are getting. 10 volume will give you just a slight shift in the tonal change. 40 volume will give you 3 to 4 levels of lift, okay? When you're mixing blonding cream, you can choose any one of those silver developers, okay? But it's got to be 1 part of the blonding cream to 2 parts of your chosen developer. So this will be a little bit different. You want to have 1 part of your blonding cream to 2 parts of your chosen developer. You absolutely can apply the blonding cream onto the hair directly. It's really great if you have a band that you need to kind of shift out or change up the tonal family. Or you can also apply it into foils so that you're getting really soft, natural, subtle highlights as well. So blotting cream is going to be something that can be utilized to really help to remove some of that oxidative pigment and then really give you a good tonal change on somebody that either has previously colored hair or virgin hair that wants maybe a soft, subtle change. Blotting cream can also be added into your permanent color formulation. So let's say you've looked at the book and you're going, okay, well, my client really loves the RR family, but it only comes in a level 7, okay? But they really want to be that level 8, and we don't make an 8 RR. What you can do is you can actually mix up your 7RR with your desired developer, okay? And then you can add in the blonding cream and apply it onto the hair. What it's going to do is it's not going to dilute the RR. It's actually going to help to give you half to 1 level of lift, a little bit lighter and brighter. So your 7RR will now look like an 8RR. And all you had to do was put in a 1/4 ounce of blonding cream to every ounce of color that you have mixed. So you're not compensating the developer for the blonding cream. The blonding cream is just going to be an additive into your already mixed permanent formulation to help give you half to 1 level of lift lighter or brighter. Okay? And then last but not least in our color, we're going to talk about our Kenra color boosters. So our color boosters are going to come in 3 different shades. They're going to be blue, violet, and red. Our color boosters are going to be designed to really help customize shades, and then also you can utilize these as more of a creative technique as well. If you are wanting to utilize these as like their true form of blue, violet, or red, then what you can do is go ahead and lift the hair, pre-lighten the hair to at least a level 10, and then apply your blue, violet, or red to get that perfect hue. You want to mix this with 10 volume at a mixing ratio of 1:1 and let it process for at least 30 minutes. If you are looking to make a color a little bit more vibrant or add some tonality into the shade, then I would recommend putting a 1/4 ounce of your booster into your already mixed formula. So if you have something that you want to do a little bit more red to, then I would put your original formulation in and then add a 1/4 of an ounce of your red booster after you've mixed that together. This will give you overall a more vibrant and really red or violet or blue shade to your overall custom color. These are permanent, guys. The color boosters are permanent, so please know that you cannot mix these with the demi. They are just supposed to be mixed permanent to permanent. How are we doing on questions? Anything?